Welcome back, wrestling WWE fans, to a story that's rocked the wrestling world with the force of a Claymore kick, heavy with triumph and heartbreak. Tonight, we're diving into Drew McIntyre's seismic victory over Cody Rhodes to become the new undisputed champion at WrestlePalooza, a moment that left the arena shaking with raw emotion. This isn't just a title change. It's a deeply human saga of ambition, betrayal, and the cost of chasing a legacy, pulling us into the soul of WWE. The ring was a battlefield as Drew McIntyre, the Scottish warrior, stood over a fallen Cody Rhodes, the undisputed championship gleaming in his hands under the WrestlePalooza lights. For fans in the US and the UK crowd in London, this wasn't just a match. It was a clash of dreams, a story of one man's rise at the expense of another's fall, echoing the personal sacrifices we all face. The image of Drew, triumphant yet haunted, and Cody, broken yet defiant, spoke to the heart of what it means to fight for glory. Please like, share, and subscribe for more WWE content. The final moments of the match were brutal, Drew's Claymore kick landing with a sickening thud that silenced the arena. The US crowd erupted with chants, fans from New York to Los Angeles reeling in shock, their cheers turning to gasps as Cody lay motionless, his dream shattered. For American fans, this was a story of grief, a reminder of how close Cody came to cementing his father's legacy, only to lose it all in an instant. Across the ocean, British fans in London couldn't believe it, their screens blazing with the image of Drew raising the title, his face a mix of pride and pain. The UK wrestling tradition was felt in every chant, as fans in England, steeped in tales of resilience and heartbreak, saw this as a modern epic, a warrior claiming his crown at a heavy cost. The moment felt like a scene from a gritty exposé, pulling fans into the heart of the drama. Insiders revealed the real story was even more complex. Drew's victory was driven by a deep-seated resentment, a belief that Cody's rise had overshadowed his own years of struggle. For American fans, this was a scandal that cut deep, a glimpse into the real backstage dynamics where egos clash and friendships fracture. Across America, fans were in shock, their loyalty to Cody tested by the sight of their hero defeated. The UK crowd felt the weight of the moment just as keenly. British fans in London, who had cheered Drew's raw intensity in arenas like Wembley, saw his victory as a bittersweet triumph, tainted by the betrayal of a once close bond with Cody. The UK wrestling tradition was felt in every chant, as fans in England took to social media, their posts filled with support for Cody and questions about Drew's motives. The win wasn't just a title change, it was a wound that resonated across cultures. Cody's journey to WrestlePalooza was marked by sacrifice. A health crisis had nearly derailed him, a lingering shoulder injury from a brutal match that he'd kept hidden to protect his family's legacy. For American fans, this was a sobering reminder of the toll wrestling takes, a world where performers push through pain for the fans. The US crowd erupted with chants, their voices a testament to Cody's resilience, a man who fought to honor his father, Dusty Rhodes. In the UK, the revelation took on a heroic quality. British fans in London couldn't believe it when whispers surfaced of Cody's grueling rehab sessions, his determination to compete despite the odds. The UK wrestling tradition, with its love for underdog warriors, saw Cody as a beacon of grit, his defeat a tragedy that hit deep. Fans in England began sharing tributes, inspired by a man who refused to stay down. The real backstage dynamics were a storm of emotions. Wrestlers like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, who had shared the ring with Cody, were seen consoling him, their faces heavy with concern. For American fans, this was a rare glimpse into the camaraderie that exists behind the curtain, a reminder that wrestling is a family, even when tested by defeat. The US crowd erupted with chants, their voices a unified stand for Cody. In the UK, the focus was on legacy. British fans in London, steeped in a wrestling culture that reveres its heroes, saw Cody's loss as a chance to honor the Rhodes name through resilience. The UK wrestling tradition was felt in every chant, as fans in England called for Cody to rise again, their support a rallying cry for a warrior facing his darkest hour. The moment was a testament to wrestling's enduring power. Alright, we're halfway through, and things are about to take a serious turn. If you thought you knew where this was going, think again, this is where the real drama unfolds. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. The real bombshell came when insiders leaked a shocking detail. Drew's victory was fueled by a scandal, with whispers that he'd aligned with a rival faction to undermine Cody's reign. For American fans, this was a gut punch, a glimpse into the cutthroat politics behind the scenes. Across America, fans were in shock, their social media posts filled with outrage, demanding justice for their fallen champion. In the UK, the news hit like a thunderbolt. British fans in London couldn't believe it when reports surfaced that Drew had exploited Cody's health struggles, using them to justify his ruthless tactics. The UK wrestling tradition was felt in every chant, as fans in England saw Drew as a tragic figure, consumed by ambition at the expense of loyalty. The scandal was a stark reminder of the cost of power in wrestling. Cody's post-match reaction was raw and unfiltered. Sources say he sat alone in the locker room, his face buried in his hands, grappling with the weight of his father's unfulfilled dream. For American fans, this was a moment of raw sorrow, a reminder of the grief that haunts wrestling's legacies. The U.S. crowd erupted with chants, their voices a plea for Cody to honor Dusty's memory. In the UK, the moment was heartbreaking. British fans in London couldn't believe it as Cody spoke of visiting his father's memorial, seeking strength in the face of defeat. The UK wrestling tradition, with its reverence for fallen stars, saw this as a tribute to every wrestler who left too soon. Fans in England felt the weight of Cody's loss, their chants a call for redemption. Drew's victory speech was chilling, his words laced with defiance as he claimed the title was his destiny, dismissing Cody as a dreamer who couldn't handle the crown. For American fans, this was a betrayal that cut deep, a reminder of how ambition can poison even the strongest bonds. Across America, fans were in shock, their cheers a desperate plea for Cody to fight back. In the UK, Drew's words struck a nerve. British fans in London couldn't believe it as he mocked Cody's legacy, his arrogance a stark contrast to Cody's vulnerability. The UK wrestling tradition was felt in every chant, as fans in England saw this as a clash of values, loyalty versus ego, played out on a global stage. The arena would have been shaking if they'd been there live. The locker room was a storm of emotions, with wrestlers like Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn offering quiet support to Cody, revealing a camaraderie rarely seen by fans. For American fans, this was a reminder that wrestling is a family, even amidst defeat. The U.S. crowd erupted with chants, their voices a unified stand for Cody, a man fighting to reclaim his dream. In the UK, the focus was on redemption. British fans in London, who had cheered Cody's rise in arenas like Manchester, saw his loss as a chance to rebuild. The UK wrestling tradition was felt in every chant, as fans in England urged Cody to rise again, their support a testament to wrestling's power to heal. The moment was a turning point, a spark of hope in a dark chapter. As Drew celebrated, Cody vowed to return, his eyes burning with resolve as he promised to reclaim the title for his family. The U.S. crowd erupted with chants, their voices carrying across arenas from Dallas to Chicago, as American fans saw Cody's defiance as a stand for loyalty. The idea that even in the face of betrayal, resilience could prevail was a message that resonated deeply. In the UK, the moment was a rallying cry. British fans in London couldn't believe it when Cody dedicated his fight to the fans, a nod to the wrestling tradition that values connection above all. The chants in England grew louder, a chorus of support for a man finding his fire. The story was far from over, but Cody's vow was a moment of triumph. The fallout from WrestlePalooza is still unfolding, with Cody and Drew on a collision course that will test their legacies. For American fans, it's a story of redemption, a chance for Cody to prove that no defeat can break him. Across America, fans were in shock, their anticipation building for a comeback that promises to be historic. In the UK, the excitement is palpable. British fans in London, steeped in a wrestling culture that celebrates heart and soul, see Cody as a warrior fighting for his family's name. The UK wrestling tradition was felt in every chant, as fans in England vowed to stand by Cody, their voice as a bridge across the Atlantic. This is more than wrestling, it's a story of love, loss, and loyalty that binds us all. Drew McIntyre's victory over Cody Rhodes at WrestlePalooza isn't just a moment in WWE, it's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we can rise again. For American and British fans, this story speaks to the heart of why we love wrestling. It's about sacrifice, loyalty, and the legacies we fight to protect. From the arenas of the US to the historic venues of the UK, Cody's journey is our journey, a saga of hope that will echo for generations.